plus more, you know what I mean? But now I've been working it slowly. Like last week, I thought it was going to be bad because I thought, who left? Tony.
Yeah, he'll be back.
You couldn't even
last week,
wipe my mouth.
last week, I thought it was going to be bad because of Thanksgiving, but my wife made my portion. And I'm like, dude, how can I get full on this? This is one day of my year I want to eat. And I ate that little portion and I was full. And that was it. I've been walking a little bit every day. So, yeah, I lost 4 pounds this week.
Yeah.
Which brings me down to 295. I'm proud of that.
Oh, that's good.
Great job.
Thank
That's
you.
not an easy thing to do. I've had 4 kids. I know it's not an easy thing to do to lose weight.
I try to fast like 18 hours a day. I'd fast between 16 and 18 hours a day.
Oh,
I ate dinner at 2 o'clock, and I ain't eating now till tomorrow 8 o'clock.
Oh, there you go. Well,
Okay.
What
happened?
I'm sorry. Someone tried to call me, bounced me off the call.
Yeah, that happens when you're on the phone. That's why I never use my phone for those type of things. Unless,
well, see, I got 2
I will
phones.
probably have to next week or next time I
Well,
go.
I started my diet 4 months ago, and I've lost 105 pounds.
Wow.
I got you, fat dick. I'm doing that with Gar.
I don't have competitions in losing weight.
Johnny's doing it on his own. I have that with Garvey. It's called. It's with Garvey. It's a shot I take every Saturday. But when you take it Saturdays, Sundays you do nothing but flush every toxin out of your body. It comes out of every hole, your mouth, your ass, your nose, everything. And then you start all over on Monday. And it really, like, I haven't, like, my wife just made me a little bun with some ham on it because we had ham yesterday. And I literally, all day today, that's all I ate. And I didn't even finish it. And I had some mashed potatoes, which I'm not allowed to have, but I like them. And I have a vegetable. And then I'll have a piece of fruit later. But I eat 1 meal a day now. And I drink 2 protein shakes. But it's hard sometimes. I like to eat. Me and my brother, you know, we came from a family. If you didn't clean your plate, and I'm sure we all did that, you know, you got your ass kicked because we didn't have money to waste food.
There's children starving over in Africa. Well,
yeah. And I used to say to my wife, hey, there's people horny in Italy. Screw me.
All right, so the meeting is over. Now we're going live here on Facebook, and we can just start the show as we
try to hang out for a while, man. I'm not feeling too well, but I'm going to try to hang out the whole hour and a half.
That's fine. That's fine. I appreciate that. Really, really do. I'm going to send you guys a link here so you can share it around. We're back on the Greenbush Sound Spot page again, so
let me clear my throat.
Tony, we just had a meeting about that, and you're doing what you said not to do.
I'm sorry. I can't feel good, man. I told you when you called me, I'm going to try my best. I've been in bed all day.
No, it's understandable. I mean, everybody's.
I'll make it. Don't worry. I always do. I didn't even go to coffee shop this morning.
Well, tonight's just a regular show, so there's no guests on. I try to get some guests, but everybody's busy after the holidays and everything, so it's not a big deal. I mean, sometimes it's nice to have a regular show, you know, rather than just have to, you know, worry about everything all the time.
Right.
Guests are just like the little gift, the extra gift on the side there, you know, extra dessert.
Yep.
So, all right.
Well, since we're on a diet tonight with no dessert, and we just started the show, maybe there's some people that don't know who we are yet. No dessert.
We'll
and we
introduce
just started the
ourselves.
show, maybe there's some people that don't know who we are yet.
That's true.
Does somebody have their phone on or something? Or
okay, who? Yeah, we got to figure out who goes first, who goes last, whatever. But
Mama T started it.
Yeah, Mama T.
Yeah, you can do our introduction this week.
I'm always last. I want to be last.
Yeah.
Mama T, I'm dating little Bobby. I'm working out of the bar here, and well, not tonight. McIntosh, Minnesota. Come out to Little Bobby's Bar and Grill, and we can meet in person. But until then, meet the rest of the crew.
Yeah, but who's Little Bobby? Tell everybody who Little Bobby is.
People should already know who Little Bobby is. He's
well,
number
some people
2.
may not.
He's a blues musician. He's number 2 in Minnesota right now. He's number 17, I believe, on the national charts.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's just released a album beginning of the year that's number 2. And the previous album that he released the end of last year was number 1. It was called God Made Me Blue, and it was number 1 in Minnesota until this last one, that Killer Bee Sting, came out, and that knocked it down to number 2. And he held the number 1 and number 2 albums in Minnesota for 6 weeks.
That's cool. Yeah,
That's
cool.
real cool.
I have a buddy who sings blues around here. He's real good too. Willie Charles is his name. He's pretty famous just in Pittsburgh, but he's pretty good. I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to look him up.
Yeah, you weren't here for the interview.
No, I was not. I wasn't then. Hi, everybody. I'm Mad Dog, ex-professional wrestler. In my profession, I used to dig graves, and I always said I'm the last one to let you down. And if you looked up and saw me, you bought the farm. So I'm here just for moral support from my ugly brother, Screaming Sam. But I enjoy you guys a lot. And, let's take it where it's going to go, brother. I think we're going to go far. I have faith in you guys.
Oh, you're part of it. Go ahead, Sean.
Okay. Well, welcome to Renegade Radio, everybody. I'm Frankie Slauson. I'm the founder and co-host, co-host, whatever. The guy behind the scenes that makes this all happen, as far as the production level goes, anyway. We're just grateful to be here. Tonight's just a regular show as far as being no guests. Can you believe that? for a little while, we actually have no guests. We're on a streak for a little bit, and then now we're kind of taking it easy after the big Thanksgiving weekend. But don't worry, we'll have some people on here eventually again. But it's nice to get to know our panel and to get to know what's up with everybody who are here anyway on this episode. So welcome to the show, and I hope you guys enjoy the broadcast tonight.
Awesome.
I'm
Screaming Sam. I'm Screaming Sam. This was actually me back in the day. I got to show the picture because a lot of people don't believe it now because I look like a hoodlum. But thought about getting back into it. A lot of people ask me to do it. I just can't do it right now because I got achy knees. And but I was asked to do the show with Sean, and oh, by the way, someone just put Bradley Olson. Stop tagging me in this. I don't fucking care. Ignorant bastard. Anyway.
Time to go shut off.
But no, I appreciate Sean asking me to take a chance in this because for everyone I know likes it. The name's great, and we got a good crew here, and I like it. I really like it. I'm gonna stick with it as long as I can.
I know exactly who that was too. That's a friend. That's a friend of mine. So he's one of those people that just he likes to have a private life. He doesn't like to be bothered, but he knows that I do this. So I don't know why he'd have a problem with me sharing it with him. But
yeah, at everyone means at everyone.
Yeah, I didn't tag anybody. I just I didn't. What people are getting mad about is like the whole when I put everybody or hashtag everyone. Facebook has given us a feature now if we want to get everybody's attention. Which I like because it gets everybody's attention and people get pissed off about it. It's like when I was starting stuff on the sound swap and everything, everybody got all mad because they forgot that a lot of people don't know that it's actually my channel that I created over 10 years ago. And so most of the people who are members, a lot of people don't now, but still you get that 1 or 2 people that just don't care, don't give a shit. It's like I don't care if you created it all about selling or whatever. So I had to explain to people, said the reason why I put my stuff on here as well, that maybe it's not for money or whatever, it's I'm selling myself and my brand of whatever I'm doing to you. So it's a different form of selling.
Okay, right. I do gotta throw this out to the people who keep saying that. I am technologically retarded, and I shouldn't say that word either, but there's a lot of words I shouldn't say. But I do know that there is an option on Facebook where you can actually say that you don't want to be, silence messages from this group.
Right.
Like, would that be a lot nicer than,
Yeah,
if you
kind
don't,
of
if you
stuff.
obviously don't want to
How about
know
this?
every time there's a show, click the button that says, don't tell me every time, I don't know.
Or if
This
you're
is
tagged in it, just don't pay attention to it. Just do what you're
Yeah.
doing.
scroll on past.
You're gonna get haters. You're gonna get people who are jealous because they can't be on our show. I mean, that's what I say. He's jealous.
Hobbies. I'm always interested in what kind of hobbies you guys have, because my hobby, as everybody knows, I love knives. I'm sitting on 3,200 pocket knives right now, and about maybe 500 Bowies, and now I'm actually starting to do my own. I'm almost finished with one I've been working on for a while. I didn't do the blade myself. I had somebody do the blade for me because I don't have a forge yet. But I'm just interested in what Mama T, and I know what my brother is. And Sean, what's your hobbies you have besides radio and everything else? So if everybody can chime in on that, we can talk about that for a while.
Oh,
I
that's
can
a
even
good.
show you some primitive knives from the Ottoman Empire.
I'm a physical media guy, and that's a subject that I kind of wanted to talk about because of we just had Black Friday this past weekend. Did anybody do any Black Friday shopping at all?
No.
I get on the phone call. How am I going to buy something online?
No, but I mean, like, no, what I'm saying though, like, is that something that you used to do, or is that something that you just never got into, or
One time I went, and it was the last time I went.
okay, what happened?
It sucked.
I
Sitting
beat
there
up
waiting a couple hours for the place to open, line of people. And there are a bunch of idiots that run in the fucking store and want to. It's just, it is exactly what you see on the internet when they start beating each other up.
Fire Ranger. I beat up some 80-year-old lady. She had grabbed him trying to. I waited in line 6 hours to get my son this Fire Ranger, and me and her were heading for the alleyway, and she was faster than me. That's what pissed me off. She's 80 and 50, and I pulled her over and took it, and I didn't feel bad at all until I got to the car. And that was it.
How about you, Mama T? Have you ever been Black Friday shopping at all?
Oh no, it just brings back the memories of that one movie. What movie was that? It was Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think, was in it.
Oh, Jingle All the Way.
Yeah. No, I don't participate in all that nonsense. If I'm gonna do shopping and do it cheap, I'm gonna do it when there's not a million people and it's not the last minute. And besides, like, you need money to shop too. So
Any hobbies?
That always
Any
helps.
hobbies?
yes. Well, I do have a little newsletter I put out twice a month. It's called the Little Bobby Buzz. It's also on Facebook. I write stories, highway stories, whatever I feel like writing about. There's always a featured artist. There's always a veterans corner where I either interview a vet or talk about some resource that can help vets, or maybe the holiday. And then there'll be schedules for here at the bar. I'll throw a puzzle in there, and I do free local advertising on the back. And then I guess another one of my hobbies would be I co-host this little podcast every Monday night called Renegade Radio.
That's right.
Well, for me, it's all about physical media. I'm all about that, and in the past, yeah, I've done the Black Friday shopping. The first time I was ever a part of it was 10 years ago in Rapid City when I moved over there. My uncle got me interested in it because I didn't know what it was. I only heard about it. I had no idea what it was. And so in 2013 in Rapid City at the Walmart, right after Thanksgiving meal for the very first time, I went in and did, well, I didn't shop because I didn't have much money at the time, but I got to see what it was all about. And it wasn't really for that store, and at that time, and any time that I've ever gone Black Friday shopping, we've never really had to deal with a lot of difficult situations like you would see on the internet. Like nobody got trampled over, nobody got killed. There might have been a few fights or whatever over things, but I never saw any of that stuff. But I wanted to. I wish I did. That would have been fun.
Right.
Then they've got that thing too, the Small Business Saturday and Cyber
Sure.
Monday. And
Yeah.
I'd rather participate in the Saturday than the Friday if I've got money to go spend.
Well, what I was saying about the whole Black Friday thing is, and in physical media, it's like, unfortunately now, as most people know, if you're a physical media person and you like to have a physical copy of something in your hands, those days are gonna be over pretty soon because a lot of stores now don't wanna or don't wanna sell any more of that stuff anymore. And I'm talking about
Right.
DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks, you know, and it's like, you do realize for you streamers out there, and this goes even to the audience out there that believe that are so hyped about streaming, that love it so much, you do realize that you do not own any rights or anything to the films or TV shows that you are watching on any streaming service, even if you paid for it. It doesn't matter. You don't own nothing. They can take it away. They can change it. They can do whatever they want because everything has a license. When you own a physical copy of something, that's yours. That you own that. You can nobody can take that away from you. It's yours until you decide to get rid of it or whatever. And yeah, most people think that, you know, when you have a hobby like collecting films or whatever, that just makes you a nerd, and that explains why a lot of us are single and everything. Well, no, a lot of us like to collect because I've always been a physical media person. You know, it goes back to like 30 years ago when we started off with the days of Columbia House and getting the CDs and everything for like a penny, 12 CDs for a penny. My father got me into that. He got me into collecting, and when
Wow.
he regrets it every day because of the fact that he knows how much of a collector I am, but I'm also a lover of the films and the music that I buy. I don't just collect it, then it stays in the storage facility forever. No, I actually watch, and I know I have knowledge and everything of that. That's why it's called pop culture and everything. That's why we're doing a show like this. That's why we have guests and everything like we have, because those are part of the pop culture revolution as far as I'm concerned, and they make things interesting for us. But I'm just wondering how it is, like, even if you're not a physical media person, like, do you often go to like a Walmart or whatever and check it out and see what's there, or when you shop, what are you mostly buying? Is it just groceries and that's it, or do you actually treat yourself out sometimes and buy a physical copy of something?
I don't ever shop.
Me neither. I shop
Yeah.
food. That's it.
I don't even do that. My
Ah,
bar sent me to my bar sent me out to get lemons one day, and I brought limes, and I did it on purpose. They wouldn't ask me to do it no more, and I just will not go shopping for nothing. My wife does everything like that.
Is it just the people, or just like
I just don't like. Well, I hate. Yeah, I don't. No, I don't shop. I don't. Fuck that. I may go to a flea market once in a while, but that's about it.
I go to flea markets every Saturday and Sunday, all the way up in Ohio. I go everywhere in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, anywhere.
Okay.
I'm a collector, so that's where you find you. I never buy a brand new knife. The knives I buy are somebody used them for 100 years, and that's what I like about them. I like to know. Anybody can own a brand new shiny $600 case knife, but I got one. It's worth $600 that somebody actually used. Not something you're going to look in a box in a display case. Like I have 15 display cases here, and everything in there has been used. And this is the one I finished. If I could show you guys, it was a lawnmower blade.
Ooh.
Almost done with it. I don't know why can't you see it. Oh, there it is.
Hey,
And
That's pretty cool.
I poured these brass handles myself. See, I got a little ladle. I put my brass in there and I heat it up, and I got a little sand mold. I poured my own hand guards so your hand don't slide off into the blade. But that thing here is good 18 inches, and it'll shave you. See,
Some
look,
of my,
the hair right off my arm.
you want to hear my hobbies?
yeah, go ahead.
I love, as Sean knows, I love cars, trucks. I used to be a collector on cars. I only got a couple right now. I got a 37 Chevy Coupe, and I got a Mercedes-Benz Roadster, an old one. Got a nice Harley Davidson. But cars, I love porn, masturbation. I love die-cast cars.
Please go.
I love Hot Wheels. Did I tell you I like masturbation? I also get into guitars. I own 9 guitars. I had a drum set in Florida, but when I moved, I got rid of that. And did I mention I like porn? But anyway, I love music, so I listen to music all the time and masturbate. I mean, did I mention that? But anyway, down in Florida, I used to collect trailers. Remember I collect trailers, Tone?
Yeah.
Tony used to say, my brother collects trailers, I collect knives.
But he had something to put in every trailer. That's what was a sick.
That's funny.
But I love collecting stuff. I just love it. I don't know how
So-
my wife.
Books, I'm guessing, is one of them.
So,
What's
so let me ask you this then, when it
Oh,
comes.
masturbation. Yes, he knows.
Yeah, masturbation. When it comes to the whole physical media versus streaming, I suppose you guys prefer streaming then? You're big streamers if you watch anything online or anything?
No, I just
Whatever Facebook has. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tony.
watch regular cable. I don't even know how to stream. Like I said, I can't figure out how to get on this show. And you want me to stream something? I got a Fire Stick. I don't even know how to put it on the TV.
Okay, well, then I guess that explains that. I wonder what the audience thinks of it, like, because I know there's a lot of audience members that are probably, would prefer streaming over the physical media, but I just think it just sucks. I mean, it's just like, why can't we just have both, like we've had forever, why does one have to be taken away? Because eventually, if there's nothing available, then nobody owns anything anymore, you can just keep being charged money, and some people
Yep.
just don't care, I guess. I love streaming too, don't get me wrong, it's great, especially on a nice 4K TV, it's beautiful. But come on, I mean, there's a difference between resolution. If you ever notice the difference between a disc and a streaming, the 4K resolution on a stream, even if you have a really good internet connection, it's not the full 4K as it's supposed to be compared to disc, because there's things about bit rate and all that stuff. There's a lot of technical mumbo jumbo that you have to learn. So if you don't know how to read a menu or read a manual, to do a Fire Stick, well, you're completely lost.
Well, let me ask you a question, Sean.
I'll read it. I just don't want to.
Let me ask you a question, Sean. Like they're coming back with the record player now. Record player. Should we keep our VHS tape decks? Should we keep our DVD tape decks? Because you just don't know if they'll come back with that. You know what I'm saying?
All my wrestling matches are on VHS.
Yeah, all my Screaming Sam stuff's on VHS.
I don't know. I mean, that's kind of a good question, because it's like, see, I was never a vinyl record guy. I mean, I thought about it, I tried it, like last year I bought a record player just to try. And to me, CD still sounds better because it's clean. I don't need to hear scratches and pops to know what my music sounds like. I love just a CD or even a digital copy or something, because it's like, it's just clean and you don't have to worry about skipping or anything like that, and it's less work. It's like you give yourself more work when you got to flip the record over, especially those that love the 45s, the 78s, the 33s, and going back to those days, and where there's only like one song on each side. Like back in the days, like, did you ever have a jukebox like that back in the day before the internet jukebox came out in your bar? It was like either a CD player that was like that played music, or it was a record player that played records. Yeah.
Yep. I used to service them.
Okay.
I'm in the vending business. But we got at my bar, I got an online jukebox.
You
Like
probably
you
have that touch
Yeah,
tone.
my buddy can actually look at my bar and start playing music from his phone in my
Yeah.
bar. And that gets kind of annoying for some people.
Yeah,
that does get annoying. There's those jokers out there that they'll know that you're sitting there by yourself, and then just this random song comes on and there's nobody in there. Like that's
Right.
And then there's other two bars. They had this ongoing joke. They were playing Baby Shark, I think it was, back and forth between the two bars, and they would call and play, or they would go on their phone and play Baby Shark over and over at the other bar. And like, man. And as far as digital, like streaming and all that, I just feel everybody's gotten lazy. Yeah, it's easier to push a button and watch a movie.
Yep.
I've got a collection. We've got collections here of CDs, like regular games, like the PlayStation games and stuff like that. And we've got vinyl downstairs. We got CDs, DVDs, movies, all kinds of stuff. I mean, we don't have a VHS, but I would say I would hang on to all that stuff if I had it, just because who knows when the whole system's going to go down and you're going to be stuck in your house with no satellites out there, and you're going to have nothing to do.
That's what I was getting at. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at.
COVID hit. And, that was the greatest thing in the world when COVID hit. I watched all the old Walt Disney movies with my daughter, who's 21, but still, we're like, you remember when you were a baby, we were watching this, you know?
Yeah, and now because of that, I mean, the tradition still continues. So like on HBO Max and Peacock and all these apps, they all put a lot of the new stuff, so you don't have to go to the theater. There's this movie called Thanksgiving that Thief River isn't playing at all, but I know Grand Forks has it, or East Grand Forks. It's starting a new horror series,
Yeah,
and it looks really good. Guy dressed up like a pilgrim, and he's the killer of the town, and we don't know who it
Oh
is.
shit.
Yeah, it's kind of a fucked up movie, but I want to see it. I definitely do.
See,
I do
I
too.
watch movies, I fall asleep. I fall asleep when I'm watching movies, unless it's a good movie where there's like I guess like if there's a killing or something like like I can't even name movies, I can't name actors, but I'll watch a good movie if it has a lot of like killing in it, and this guy's gonna kill this whole group that killed his wife.
Did I mention masturbation?
Yeah, and
Is that a horror movie? Masturbation? It should be.
it would be if we were at his house.
So, when's the last time you went to the theater then? Like, when's the last time you actually went to the movies?
I couldn't fit in the seats before. I know I can now because I got on an elevator to see my on an airplane to see my grandkids, and I didn't need the extension for the belt anymore. So that's
Yeah.
I seat, I used to have to fly for class.
I'm covering up the boobies, but you can see I have my DVD.
Ah.
You didn't know that, did you?
Oh, I think I knew that. You told me before about it.
I got a CD, DVD.
You kicked Mama T off.
No,
She turned her
just-
video off real quick.
I
But
wasn't showing no boobies.
how about Sam? When's the last time you've been to the movies? I mean,
Oh my God.
Rocky.
I can't even remember.
wow. And you just
I
don't
don't-
know people or something? Just like there's something.
I'm so germophobic that I'm afraid to sit in other seats that people sound like when I used to do all that like shooting porn stuff with these girls and I interviewed them, I cut off a bar stool in half so I could sit level on a couch with them, like on the edge of the couch. So I don't have to sit on the couch like at people's houses. Ask my brother, I'm very, very funny about going anywhere. And in movie theaters, I just feel like they're dirty and you don't know people piss there in them seats. And, I just don't, I don't like it. I love the projector, but I got my own big projector. We got a movie thing with surrounds on, and it's just like being in a movie theater, and I enjoy that.
Oh, sure. That's always going to be better because that's what I have too.
Right.
I
There's
put
no
in
diapers on the seats. There's sticky kids' fingers.
boogers like I have today.
I ain't good at driving, like test driving people's cars when I worked at mechanic shops. I did not like doing that. I didn't like driving other people's cars. I used to actually bring rubber gloves sometimes to work to get in them. I'm just funny about that stuff. Movie theater is probably the worst place to go to. I'm telling you.
And that's funny. Well, go ahead, Tony. We're keeping.
They're filming a movie in Pittsburgh coming up in about 2 or 3 months. It's called The Mayor of. It's a streamer. It's on. See, I forget the name. I'm losing my mind. But I put in as an extra. I put in for The Prisoner. So they didn't call me yet, but I have a good chance of getting in. The guy said he talked to me over the phone and asked me if I ever did any movies or anything before. But I have a SAGS card because I used to do commercials.
Yeah.
So
I did that one commercial that you did.
You'll see me on it's called The Mayor of
Pittsburgh?
No, it's not. It's filmed in Pittsburgh, but it's not about Pittsburgh. It's actually about Chicago, I think. It's just darn, I can't remember. I talked about it today all day to my one buddy. Oh well. Anyways, but if I get on that, I think that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Usually
do some behind the scenes footage if you're allowed or whatever, or interview some of your co-stars or whatever.
Mayor.
How about you, Mama T? When's the last time you went to the theater?
Was it 8mm? It was a Stephen King. It was probably 10 years ago. It was a Stephen King movie.
It?
think it was called 8mm. It was about these kids that saw this train derailment and some crazy stuff was.
Super 8. Super 8.
No, it was yeah, I think it was 8mm. What's the film? You
No,
know,
it's
the
called
film
Super.
itself?
It's called Super 8.
Super 8. That's
Yeah.
the one. Yep. Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. Yep.
I have that on 4K actually.
8mm is an entirely different movie. Never mind.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a different cast and everything. And that was the last time, huh? So why
Yeah.
you stopped it? What is this just because of people too?
It costs too much money, and I mean, I'd rather even go to Redbox than and the people, and I kind of agree with Screaming Sam there. I don't need to sit with a lot of people while I'm trying to watch a movie and worry about what that sucking noise behind me is, and why is the seat sticky, and no.
And people like my brother
That's
masturbating, right?
not always the case.
Mama T, we have something in common, huh?
But you
What's
do
that?
realize
We have something in common about the movies and germs and
Yeah, germaphobes, and you guys talking about porn and everything. Yeah,
I mean, not totally, but I do keep things clean. I like to keep things clean. I don't like other people's stickiness.
My brother will touch a naked girl who's been banged by 87 different guys, but he won't go into a movie theater and sit in a seat.
Yeah. That's confusing to me. I'm sorry. It just
watch it, guys.
hey,
Sean,
here's
I'm giving my 2 weeks notice right now. I'm out of here in about a week.
Great. Merry fucking Christmas, sir. Huh? Ho ho ho. No, what I was gonna say about Mama T. You know that the theaters locally anyway nowadays they do clean them. I mean, they do take good care of them. I mean, in Thief River and in Grand Forks or East Grand Forks, they're owned differently. They're not like how they used to be.
Well,
The
no, I mean, I'm not
way
judging the theater itself. It's just and the price of everything. I mean, that's part of it. The price of everything, and like going there, you gotta it's like going out on a date. I'd rather, if I'm gonna be around a bunch of people, I'd rather go out and have a few drinks and visit with people than to sit and watch a movie if I'm
Right.
gonna spend that money. Nothing against theaters, because we want to actually get a ad for the business here on a theater. So there's no way I'm gonna bash theaters,
Sure.
But you can get some of them play local ads too. That's a good thing. Yes, I understand they're cleaner now. That wasn't the only reason. There's too many people, and
I don't like crowds. I really don't like crowds, man. I don't.
I tell
I
you
don't
what, the
like
last couple
concerts.
movies,
I don't like concerts or
the
nothing.
last couple movies I went to, Equalizer 3 and Expendables 4, we hardly had anybody in there. I mean, there was maybe 3 people, if that.
Rock was my last one.
What's up, Antique Man?
How you doing? Welcome. How's it going? Oh, is he doing sign language at all, or is it? You made it. We were worried about you there for a little bit. Wonder who you missed our meeting.
Sorry, I was late.
That's okay.
Anyway, happy Monday.
Yes, happy Monday. So what do you guys like? Let's talk about Thanksgiving, because last week was Thanksgiving. Since Antique Man's here, let's get his perspective on what he did for the Thanksgiving weekend.
Who?
You,
buddy.
Oh, the antique. Well, I did not get my hearing checked. But went over to some relatives of my fiance's, and we had a wonderful dinner, and met a new fellow who is a MD neurologist, but he also plays a wild electric guitar. So he and I clicked off right away. And I've got a brain surgeon if I need one.
Great.
So thank you.
Did you have a lot of food? Was there a lot of good food?
Oh gosh, plenty. Very grateful for it.
That's awesome. All right, Tony, go ahead, Mad Dog. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good till I sat next to my brother and he was masturbating. No, actually, it was nice. My whole family get together. You don't know about Italian Thanksgivings, man. We we eat for a couple of hours. We had a deep fried and a regular turkey. We had wedding soup. It's just too much food, huh, John? It was fun though. We all got together. We haven't been together in a long time because Johnny lives in Ohio, and all my rest of my family lived pretty close together. But we all got together, and it was just what Johnny's daughter's going through. Man, we gave her a lot of support. You know, we all talked at the table and thankful for what just having our family back together without our parents. Seems like when the elders go, families go by the wayside. I mean, we used to rent a hall, huh, John, on
Yeah.
things because our family was so big.
Easter, Thanksgiving.
We rent a hall for Easter, Thanksgiving. And my mom's house was so tiny. I don't even know how we had Christmas Eve in there, but we did it and we loved it. And there was 1 million people in there, and we never pitched one time about. We were in a $2-3 million home this weekend, John. And,
Yeah.
and I'd rather been in my mom's little $20,000 house that my brother still owns, because we were tight. We were a family, You got kids playing 16 rooms down from you. You don't see nobody. Just it's just weird. But it was nice.
Yeah, I'm also a sentimental guy. Buy everybody houses, like my grandmother's house, my dad's house, because I can't see.
I still live in the neighborhood where my mom and dad are, and my grandmother's house, and I couldn't see nobody sitting on our front porch besides my family. So Johnny bought them all. He won't let them go, and I'm so happy because my father and mother sat on that front porch, John, every night, and it didn't matter who you were coming through the neighborhood. You could stop and have coffee, donuts, anything. And then my grandmother was outside, and she'd have something. And I had an aunt next to her, and an aunt next to her. But you couldn't do that. You'd always get caught, Tried to smoke cigarettes, you go out back, and there's 15 aunts and uncles on your ass right away, But
Hey,
that's
Darren Foss on our chat room said he's still full from Thanksgiving. I can see that. I can see that.
Sure.
I can see that, Darren.
Thank you. Go ahead. Who's next?
Go ahead, Mama T.
Well, we fed the community. We
Awesome.
well, it was $10 a plate, but we gave some leftovers away. We turkey and ham and stuffing and green bean casserole. I mean,
Do you do that at the bar?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's real cool.
That's awesome.
That's where people don't have nowhere to go, then they have family there,
Yeah. And it was a lot. I noticed it was a lot of older couples that I'm guessing, they just didn't have family that were coming, and it was too cold to travel, or didn't want to travel, or didn't have anybody to eat with. And we had quite a few couples in here.
That's cool.
Yeah. They loved the food. They were grateful to have some place to go eat and sit together and not have to cook,
Oops.
Sure.
Yep.
And we had our conversations with our family over the phone, and then we did Black Friday drink specials, $2 you call it on
No
anything,
way.
$4 calls on anything.
That's good call, man. That's a good deal.
We had this guy pull up, and he's like, "Wait, I can get a shot of Patron for $2?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Even 1800. 1800.
I didn't have but I had the 1800, but nobody ordered it. But no, he comes in and he's like, he was here all night. He was here probably 6 hours drinking $2 Patron.
Royal for me, baby.
That's crazy. And then Sam, you and Nancy had Thanksgiving together. So what's your
like I said before, the only thing I was unhappy about was the first my wife gave me his portion that looked like a TV dinner. And it was like a real small portion, but you know what? It actually filled me up. But I did sneak a piece of pumpkin pie and a piece of chocolate cake. But it didn't hurt me this week. I was able to still pull off 4 pounds. So, because I did a lot of walking too.
Oh, that's good. That's
good.
As long as you work it off.
And for
I
me,
you can work it. I know you can probably work it off sitting down.
oh yeah, a good farmer.
Well, doing the fasting, when you fast, supposedly that eats fat while you're fasting. It turns fat into, I forget what it does, but
your body doesn't know, your body thinks, oh my God, we're starving. We have to use all the
Let
body
me tell-
fat.
Right. You're talking to a guy that ate every night, like cheesecake or Danish with hot tea with my wife every fucking night, maybe two. And I don't touch nothing after 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, Thanksgiving was an exception because, it was because I was there. But like Tony said, I was with my family. It felt good being with my family, and I loved it. I actually loved it. It's been 4 years since I celebrated anything with them. When we first moved up, I did the first year I moved up here. We did Christmas at my sister's house. But when I lived in Florida, that was 20 years. I wasn't with my family hardly any, at all. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being there. Thank you, Tony, for everything, man.
I love you, bro.
Yep.
And for
I love
me,
you too.
for me, Thanksgiving, I'm still in the process of moving, so that's why everything's I'm trying to rearrange things so nobody stares at my crotch like the last week, but it's kind of a little awkward. And Bill, the comments thinking that I was disabled, that was kind of funny. I still look like I'm in a wheelchair, but that's not even the case. This is just a summer chair that I got somebody brought. So I had a chair to sit on, but yeah, I thought that was kind of funny that he would say that.
No, that's what Bill said last week, right?
Yeah. He thought I was what the fuck, man?
He was only fucking with you.
Hey, he said to me, he goes, so when did you get in the wheelchair? When did you?
Yeah.
You want to know when he was crippled?
Yeah. But I just I'm not disabled. I can walk and everything. It's like,
He was just kidding.
But it's honored to be roasted by Bill Kinnison. I'll take that any day.
Yeah.
That's almost like being roasted by Sam if Sam ever did roast, but I don't think he ever did at all. I mean, he kind of did, but not too much or whatever. But anyway, I had Thanksgiving over, and I'm still in the process of moving here to Brooks here, so not all my things are here yet. But and then everybody in my family got sick, that COVID and everything, so I have to kind of wait to get the rest of us down here. We'll either finish it off here this week or next week, but. Worked on Thanksgiving, but we had, holiday pay. We get holiday pay in Thanksgiving and then the day after Thanksgiving. And mind you, I work at a casino. So that lifestyle alone is kind of different compared to working any other job, especially during that time of the year when it's a holiday season, because you really get to see how people are, not only when it comes to the Black Friday stuff, but like the people who are serious about gambling and that show up every day. That to me still tickles my mind that it doesn't matter. It could be the hottest day of the year, the coldest day of the year, a blizzard could come by, we could get struck by a tornado or whatever. I will still pack the place. And it's like we got nothing going on, no concerts, no promotions really that are, like card giveaways or anything like we used to do. Just Players Club stuff. And yet here are the people coming in at 9, 10 o'clock at night. Where are they all coming from? Where they, some of these people I'd never seen in my life before. All of a sudden, oh yeah, we come from Bad Forks, we come from Fargo, we come from, we come from a different state, we come from all this. So it's just like, okay, this is where you chose to come today, and it just doesn't matter the day of the year. This is how casinos work, I love my job. Don't get me wrong, because I feel, especially nowadays, especially being a security guard, my job is more like I get to work and I'm like at a club, and we're ready to start having drinks and we're talking to people. I'm supposed to be a security guard. I'm supposed to make the damn place secure. But in our realm of work, anybody can be a security guard. You don't have to look all tough like Tony, like Mad Dog, and be all like, hey, this guy looks more like a security guard or a bouncer than I do, But and we don't discriminate against whoever wants to be. Anybody can be. We've had midgets, little people, be security guards here at the casino, so they don't discriminate. But it's a good job. It pays okay. I'm closer to my job now because I moved. I'm 10 minutes away instead of an hour. So that makes a big difference, especially now.
Yeah.
Poor midgets must have smelled a lot of fish.
Those midgets, man, you got to watch out for them. They make the best security guards. They'll kick your knees out. If you don't have knees, you can't walk.
Oh, for sure.
That's right.
They take a lot of other things out too, with a little headbutt.
They can punch you in the nuts without you even knowing you got punched in the nuts. You know, it's like, why do I hurt people so good? But no, it's a good job. I enjoy it, you know, for the most part. And you know what's kind of fun? It's like there's some customers that actually like my sense of humor. So we roast each other all the time, and it's just like, you know, so that's kind of a plus. Back in the day when I first started there, everything was different. You know, I feel like there's too many people that took that job too seriously, like way too seriously. And you know who I'm talking about. You know, you ever have somebody that you work with? Not saying that that's a bad thing, because you should take your job seriously, but you should also have fun with your job. You ever know people
Right.
that take it too damn seriously, that don't know how to just relax and calm down and just like breathe a little bit and laugh and smile and all that, but they're just like, no, we gotta get this done. We gotta follow protocol, policy. And there's nothing better than a good policy, you know? Like, fuck
Right.
you. I don't know, I mean, like, what examples would you have, like, for somebody like being too serious about their job? Go ahead, whoever wants to go ahead. Todd, Mama T, go ahead.
Hmm.
Or Antique Ben. Go ahead. We'll start with Antique Ben.
No, I can't right now. You got me. I can't. I just can't think of somebody right now.
But have you ever worked with anybody in the past that you thought, boy, this person's taking the job way too seriously?
Oh, it's been a while, but I don't know. I guess everybody would.
What about like band members? You know, because I'm sure you guys have had lots of ups and downs in being in a band for as long as you have.
Yeah, there were some ups and downs, and I guess sometimes somebody would take a position on a song that it had to be really perfect, or we couldn't move forward, you know. And then yeah, so I guess that's an example of taking it just a little bit too seriously.
Sure.
Right.
Well,
That's one of the reasons I just owned my own business for 40 years. I didn't have to fucking work with anybody.
oh, that's good.
Same here.
You went to business for yourself.
I took my job serious as a heart attack, man. I was in the burial game, man. Yeah, buried everybody like they were my mom or my dad, or I mean, I buried my best friend's kid. He was one or two. And I buried my own mom and dad. I buried my aunts and uncles. I buried my best friends. I buried everybody. So that was one thing. Yeah, when you left that cemetery and I was standing in front of your loved one, he was going first class all the way. I would jump down there, clean all the dirt out, and I couldn't move too good. I was a big guy, but I jump out of them 6-foot holes like nothing, you know. I dug maybe 400 graves by hand in my lifetime. And I had to have them done before the next day because Jewish people have to be buried before Mecca, before the sun goes down. So some guys at noon, you can't get a backhoe in a Jewish cemetery in Pittsburgh. It's a cliff. So then they got these big concrete slabs. So you got to pick up a 2,000-pound slab with just a plank and some rollers, and then I would dig by hand, 4 foot, 6 foot. You know what I mean? And 6 foot.
Well, that's definitely a little different scenario, because that's like, you know, you're in the graveyard business. I mean, of course, it's a sad moment no matter what, you know.
And you want I wanted to give respect to whoever I was burying. You know, that's the last time they're going to be with their loved one. And then you got this undertaker selling you, this watertight vault and this watertight casket. You need to get this bullshit. Somebody else, I buried a guy $100,000 just for his casket and his vault. He had a solid bronze vault and a solid bronze casket. I'm like, for what? It's going in the ground. And then they don't want you to scratch it while you're putting it in the ground. Okay, when you leave, I'm going to dump 5 tons of dirt on top of it. What do you want me to do? And I'll put it down one by one? But you had to. I mean, that's just the way it is. I buried Art Rooney. I buried Andy Warhol. I buried a lot of famous people from Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Andy Warhol, his cemetery, they got a telephone pole with 2 cameras facing his grave, and they're always on. They have windshield wipers on the lenses if it rains, and they're monitored by the Castle Police Department 24/7. Because some dumbass actually tried to dig his vault open, but they ain't never going to get to it. Because when I put Andy Warhol in the vault, there was 3 county sheriffs there. He was buried with $1 million piece of artwork, the original soup can that nobody knew about, but he was buried with it. And I backed up a 12-yard cement truck and filled the hole up to the top with cement after putting it in the vault. And I left enough for topsoil and grass when it all dried. So they ain't never getting to him. But you still have people that try that. I mean, it's really sick. They sleep on his grave. They put, my boss always told us, hey guys, pick up all them soup cans before you cut the grass. Castle Shannon had oodles and noodles all over the fucking place. I'd run them over with a lawnmower. And all you see was spaghetti shooting out everywhere. Campbell soup. I wasn't picking them up. There's 1,700 cans on his grave.
Oh, wow.
So, but it was interesting. It was an interesting job.
Yeah.
My feet did it for 43 years, never missed a day's work.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Did it go what?
That's a whole different thing, you know. That's death, you know. That's not anything to laugh about or joke around about.
Every day you come home and you deal with that. I had to shut myself down when I left. I couldn't bring it home because I could tell you a story every day. Like somebody's telling me, and I would read the death notices of the people I had, so I knew something about them. And that's just the way I played my game.
How did you, or why did you get involved with the graveyard business in the first place?
Well, my dad told me, "Oh, I got you a good job. You're going to be putting in vaults." I thought it was bank vaults or some kind of vault like that. I figured, I told me my cousin Marky, we got us the job. I said, "Man, we're going to see some good-looking chicks, man. We're going to here." I go there and it's in the cemetery, and I'm like, "What the hell is good?" And there's fucking people laying on a slab, and I'm like, "This ain't what I signed up for." Here it was a burial. I used to make these concrete vaults, and we made mausoleums, and we made anything that had to do with death. I cremate you. I do whatever you want. Whatever you need to be done, it's done. We do.
So I imagine you were paid very well for your work.
No, not really. Towards the end, I didn't even have a retirement because the company went bankrupt once, and we lost our retirement. 43 years invested, I lost. But that's another story. But I buried a guy in his 62 split window Corvette in Butler, PA. We buried him and I had to put it in a septic tank. We had to drain all the fluids out of it. We had to bolt it to the septic tank, and we put the dumb bastard in the front seat with his favorite song in the tape deck.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've heard about that. I've seen that on YouTube, like the people getting buried in their because they want to prove that you take stuff with.
I'll show you one after we get off the meeting. I'll send it there. But a guy sitting on his Harley in a glass case. I actually put him in the whole case down in the ground in the vault. Yeah, it's crazy.
I want to get buried masturbating.
Yeah,
You want to die masturbating? What are you talking about?
It'll be stiff. It might be stiff then.
Hey, they're gonna have to glue a fake wiener on you because when you're dead and dangled, that's an innie. It look like you have your hands on your belly button.
Wow. Sad that loves masturbation.
Yeah, Mama T. I forget the question now.
Okay, there are certain jobs obviously you do have to take seriously. That is one good example, and I can't think of really anybody specifically that took their own, but you know, you work with these people sometimes that they think they're the boss and they're telling you how to do the job when you've been there 10 years longer than them, and you're the one that trained them at their job, and you're just like,
absolutely.
Show me your pay rate. You are not the boss, sweetheart. I can't think of anybody specific, but I remember working with people like that thought they were the boss, and that was.
And it's always some young punk who just come in. He's 22 years old. He's going to tell me for 43 years I've been doing. He's my boss now, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
See what the fuck to do.
Okay, you got time for mine or no? Because mine's long.
Well, I mean,
no, seriously, it's not really long. I started off in a body shop work. I did work for my Lutz Auto Body as my cousin. Then I went to Les Wells Frame Collision Service. Then I went to this place called John Varney Towing Service. This guy was like, I want to say in the mob in a way, but
he was the Godfather.
Yeah, he had like a tow truck company, a vending business, all kind of bars, and I started out driving a tow truck for him, and then he sneaked me into the vending business. Now, I was doing both towing and vending, and there was times we went out at night to try to get stops, and I had guns pulled on me. I had I was threatened to get killed a couple times. I had I loafed with people that were like Ninny the Torch Lagatuda was a big guy. I mean, he's like a big time mafia in Pittsburgh. You can look him up. Ninny the Torch Lagatuda. He
burn anything down.
You don't fuck with Ninny, but Ninny loved me, thank God, and he helped me out of a lot of situations. But it was a tough business. But John Varney was the type of guy when I worked at any of his businesses, he used to be tough. When he was a boss, he was a boss. He would back in the day, he would beat the shit out of people for not doing their job. No, one day he's on a phone, and I'm talking loud, and he takes a phone, he bangs it off my head like 5 times. And he looks at his phone and he goes, here's how he talks. He goes, let me tell you something, motherfucker. It's a good thing you didn't break my phone. And I'm holding my fucking head. Oh, yeah, he was tough, but he was fun. Matter of fact, he's like my second dad because I learned a lot from him. I learned not to do a lot of shit to my employees, but then I went in my own business whenever we got caught with the illegal poker business. I had to do a little bit of time. I did house arrest. I did probation for 3 years.
Masturbation for 3 years. Don't forget that.
That's when I started my tow truck company. That's when I bought my bar because I learned from this guy because as bad as he was a good guy. He gave me money for my first house. I bought with my wife. He bought me cars, numerous cars. I mean, he was really good to me.
Why? You tell him why you didn't flip on him in state evidence. You did the time instead of flipping on him.
Well, but I would never do that to anybody. But I'll be honest with you, in '96 or '95, I went on my own. And then when we moved to Florida, I had my own tow truck business and everything. I actually had to get rid of. I had a really good business. I had 10 businesses going. My wife and I. We had a tanning salon, a bar, we had a restaurant, we had the tow truck company, the auto mechanics, auto body. We had used car lot. We had an auto parts store. It was custom. It's called Slammin' Duncan something. I forget the name now. But I had a parts store with a couple guys, pizza shop. So we had some businesses. And then when we moved to Florida, I just kept the vending business. So when we moved to Florida, I kept my vending business and my bar business, which I still have. But I got rid of all the other businesses, sold them, gave whatever would happen to them. But I went on my own since 1996. Now, I said to myself, I would never work for anybody again. Well, here I am, retired, and I start loafing at this gas station, and I'm working for somebody who, I don't think the guy likes me one bit. And he'll treat me like shit, but he knows I get upset, and he's younger than me, a couple years younger than me, but then he'll jag around and stuff like that, knowing I'm not really enjoying this. And I always tell him, I said, dude, I made a promise I would never work with anybody again, for anybody again. And I'm about ready to fucking take off at the end of the month or end of December because I don't need to work. I don't need that bullshit. But it's also nice to make the couple extra bucks, but it's only one day a week, Friday, and I can't handle I can't handle working. I can't handle working for somebody. I've been on my own too long. You know what I'm saying? And the bar business, Mama T, the bar business actually sucks. When people ask me,
I ever had.
We owned that bar. I owned that bar 28 years, going on 29 years in March, and I hope we get rid of it soon. I'm done. I hate that business. You have to cater to fucking drunks. You know what I mean? It makes me not want to even drink anymore because I acted like those assholes. And I'd go to my own bar and I'd be like, I can't fucking handle this shit. These people are crazy. I don't like being around people to drink. Like, I hate being around people. I never go to my bar. My son-in-law starts drinking up here. I get distance from him because I can't stand drunks. I really can't. And my wife once in a while gets drunk and I leave her too. I'm like, I can't handle it. You know what I mean? Because they don't realize in their brain, they think they're okay, but they're not.
And he was the big for drunk.
What's that? What, Tony?
You were the biggest idiot when you drank.
I was. I quit years ago. But ask Mama T, when you go in your bar and you see an asshole drunk in the bar, what's that make you feel like?
There's
I
too
hope
many
I know.
mirrors,
Huh?
but there's too many mirrors.
They're spending money though. They're spending money, right?
But no, yeah, I want people to get drunk because I want their money, you know, I want their pockets empty when they leave. You know, that kind of evens it out for me. But no,
Right.
usually if I walk into the bar and I see a drunk asshole, it's usually because I'm looking in the mirror.
Yeah. Well, that's all.
That's
One
only if
time-
somebody else is
He
working,
don't,
obviously.
he don't get it, Mama T. He don't
I
get
used
it.
to start. I used to start all the fights in the bar back in the day. Now, one day I was with my
Stop.
buddy. Yeah.
Got a little fight.
One day I was with my buddy. This guy's at the end of the bar and he's acting like an asshole. He's screaming, yelling. And I turned to my buddy because I wasn't drunk, and I go, "That guy's a raw asshole." He goes, "You know what, Lutz? That guy's you." And it made me realize I really act like that. He goes, "Yes, you do." He goes, "You're worse. I beat the fuck out of people. I wanted to fight myself. I see myself in a mirror." And I told my buddy, "That fucking guy's been staring at me for a while, and it's actually me." And I got off the bar stool and fell. Done. I was done. But I quit. I quit cold turkey like I did with cigarettes. And I just can't do it. And I can't work for anybody really either. I just can't do it. Like if Sean was like an asshole and treated us like we were like if he was an asshole, I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I
Why
just
I don't
can't.
treat you like an asshole.
I can't handle
You own a
people.
bar, you got enough assholes in your life.
Yeah,
I don't snort cocaine. I just like the way it smells.
Yeah. Well, you know, at the casino that I work at, you know, we get all these, you know, people that are called VIPs, right? You know, they're so important because they spend money. There's a lot of people that believe that they are better than everybody because they spend lots of money at the casino. It's like, you're no better than anybody else over here. You know, like I work here, I'm automatically better than you. So fuck you. No, seriously. Some of these people, like, we had a concert. Okay, Sally Brown came to Thief River. It was the first time in a long time that Thief River had a concert, and it was good. You know, got lots of people, probably well over 1,000 people at least were there. So that's pretty big for our casino. You know, it might sound small to you guys, but it's big for us. Anyway, so even though the event was free. And everything was free, even the seats and everything else, but they had set up a thing for special seating for the VIPs. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing that for? It's like, it's a free show. It doesn't matter where you sit. It shouldn't matter where you sit. It's a free show.
right.
Only certain people get to do the meet and greets, but everything else, it's a free show. You should be able to sit wherever you want. Why does it matter if this person is 2 seats ahead of you and you're 2 seats behind that person? Who cares? You're not,
Right.
you don't need to go up front or whatever and dance with the band or whatever. You just, where you are is where you are, but you should be able to pick your spots. I never understood that. Had a long line of people. Some people were nice. A lot of people were arrogant, like, well, I spend money here, so I get first dibs, and I just want a better seat, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, you know, it's like, all
Get your
right,
seat,
line,
right?
it was just sad because I'm just like grown ass people, like it doesn't matter ages, all types of different numbers of people.
Oh, gamblers are tough, man. I think they're as bad as drunks.
Yeah, you talking about drunks being pricks and stuff? Yeah, deal with gamblers. Absolutely, absolutely. There are some
Absolutely.
Too many
Yeah,
entitled people in this world today. I've never gotten that. I always was raised that you have $1 in your pocket, it's because you earned that $1. You worked for that $1. You don't, just people who expect you to do things for them or expect anything out of anyone without earning it, without deserving it, just blows my mind. I still don't get where that whole attitude comes from.
I was a big gambler one time. I spent a lot of money gambling, but I made a lot of money back then. I mean, my wife and I used to go to West Virginia every weekend and spend between $1,000 to $1,500 a night, like, you know, on Friday and Saturday night. And then we went to one time we went to New Jersey. What's the casino in New Jersey?
Atlantic City.
I'm tired.
Atlantic City. Yeah, Atlantic City. And we blew 10 grand and 2 nights. And I was wondering, I wanted to gamble more, and I had a Cadillac, and I go, look, there's a Cadillac door. Maybe they'll buy our car. I carry my titles because I had to use car lot. Maybe I'll sell the Caddy and we'll get a ride home. Not knowing I got free flights and everything. Then my wife goes, you realize we can fly for free? And I went, I don't like to fly. So I did it once. We had the flight for free, the limousine drivers, and the free food, free everything. We used to get everything free because we spent a lot of money. But we won a lot of money too. We did good. I can't say we didn't. My wife fit for 96,000 at one time. So
Yeah,
that was a nice hit.
The deal. Next morning when they hit that 100,000, next thing I know, there was a flatbed putting a Harley Davidson in my yard. I'm like, what's this? It was his bike. He gave it to me. I was as tickled as a little kid, boy. I'm like, oh my God, he gave me a Harley.
That's something. No, see, I just I just don't understand like when gamblers is like, why, we sometimes we'll get people that will blame the security guards because it's my fault that guy lost his money and stuff. I'll be sitting by the door and I'll hear these people swearing and getting pissed off because they can't get into the bonus. It's like, boy, this place is so cheap tonight. It's so tighter than an asshole, over here. It's like, why is your asshole tight or what's going on?
Yeah, because it's
No, but-
security guard.
Brother,
That's,
my brother, when he was wealthy, he shared the wealth, so I can't complain.
Yeah.
He bought me a new Blazer one time because my car got stolen and my other one got smashed up. And Christmas Eve, we're sitting around dinner table and I opened up a box and there was keys in there. I'm like, he bought me a Blazer. I'll never forget that. It was pretty touching.
Wow.
Antique
done
Man, are you a big gambler?
Thank you.
Antique Man?
The reason why I bought my grandma's house is my sister would have no place to live. And I
Yeah.
bought it 20-some years ago, and she's been living it for free for 20-some years.
Oh, no, it's
So-
hard.
Hey, Sam, is the
Huh?
Big Brother program still a thing?
What's that?
Is the Big Brother, Big Sister program still?
I'm broke now.
Give me a mentor, the mentor program.
Yeah, I used to buy it. I used to do a lot for my family.
But Antique Man, are you a big gambler at all, or what do you do for fun when you're not?
Oh, I buy the $10 scratch pads, and try to win a little bit. But
I like
one
that.
year, when I was a teenager, I did win a year's supply of pantyhose at a Red Owl grocery store. And as the story goes, they didn't fit, so I gave them to my mom.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Oh, my
the drawing was for a motorcycle. Some girl won the motorcycle, and I won a year's supply of pantyhose.
That'd be funny if you wore them. That'd be funny if you wore them pantyhose to rob them the next day over your
I was
head.
just gonna say, you could have used those.
Wow.
So, Eric,
Now,
what
now I
what
know.
you're trying to say, Eric, is if a plane dropped 100 faggots out of it, dropped 100 whores out of the plane, you'd get hit with a faggot, right?
That's exactly right.
That's my
Story
brother's
of my
joke.
life.
Wow.
I say a little, but it worked.
Yeah.
Life
So-
life moves on.
Oh, absolutely. So with it being now the kickoff to the holiday season, what are some of you guys' traditions that you like to do during this time of year?
Masturbate.
Come on now, we've heard of it. We know that now. You're
Oh,
jumping
okay.
from that likes to
The
masturbate.
7 fishes.
What's going on?
We do the feast of the 7 fishes.
Okay.
My brother don't eat them all because he don't like half of them, but in my family, that's what we do. We eat sweet linguine, clam sauce, schmelz, calamad, squid tentacles, eel, and then we have shrimp. I mean, we eat for 6 hours,
Nice.
I don't join them for Christmas though, because I have my own kids on. My grandson.
That's why we're all fat.
Yeah, pretty hot and temperature, right? Is that what that is?
I'm
PHA?
If you leave hungry at one of our houses, something wrong with you. I don't care if you're anorexic. Hey, I'm a 350-pound bulimic. I just forget to puke, but that's all right. Okay now, you know.
So you talk about being like Italian and everything, so that's obviously, it must be like part of that tradition then, you know, just like because you guys have big families, you guys do the traditional stuff. I've never been invited, you know, been a part of like a Italian thing or a Jewish thing or whatever. I've always wanted
Oh,
to
you would love it.
participate.
You would
You know,
love it.
sometimes it's too much. Like for Christmas, you want to eat the good. So we start off with like the stuffed shells and manicottis, and we'll have meatballs and hot sausage. Then we'll have the wedding soup, and then by the time you get to the main course, you're like, you know, you're done. So I try to play some of that shit. The homemade manicottis, John, they're unbelievable. You never.
My mom and dad, our mom and dad we used to go there for dinner. We start off with shrimp, you know, like Tony said, all the fishes, whatever. And then after midnight mass, that's when all the friends and cousins and everybody come over to the house. And like I said, my son lives in that house now, my dad's house. And I sit there and go, how the fuck did we do that with all the people in this house? And then my mom and dad would have a ham with, you know, make sandwiches, whatever, and tomatoes, and
It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and the people are still coming. And my
and
dad
only
had
till 3.
gifts, and he was getting hammered. You know.
Yeah, we were little kids. I'd be like, will you please leave the house so Santa Claus will come? I didn't think they were ever going to leave.
You never figure out why my bicycle had a furry G string around the seat. I think we should have gave my mom's underwear too.
Wow. No, that'd be fun to participate in, because when I think about that, I think of like, you know, Soprano style and everything, you know, like as you guys.
Oh yeah, I ain't lying to you, dude. It was
It
pretty
was
crazy.
loud. It was loud.
It was loud, very. You can see how loud me and Johnny are. I mean,
Oh, sure. Now you said you had a sister. I didn't know you had a sister.
two.
Is she like? Are they like you guys too? Are they funny and everything like you guys, or what?
Well, Kathy will sit and laugh at us all night. Me and Tony. She laughs at everything we say. Jeannie, she gets mad at us all the time, but she's great. Everyone says I look like. Everybody says I look like my sister Jeannie. So, and she used to get mad about that. So one time I told her, I says she works at a Shop and Save. It's like a store. And I
Yeah.
said, Jeannie, I was pushing a cart in Shop and Save, and someone yelled, "Hey, Jeannie!" And I turned around, and they says, "Oh, I'm sorry, Jeannie's beard's longer than yours," and she gets mad.
I'll drive down the street because I live next to her, and she'll come on. I'll say, "John, when did you get into town?" She'll turn around, "You son of a bitch."
She's our oldest.
Okay, so I didn't know you guys had all that stuff.
We're all 3 years apart.
And
You
I'm
know,
the big.
last week
My
we
mom-
found out about Bill saying that Sam had a daughter, and I'm still kind of surprised about that.
Yeah, I heard about that years ago, but I never really said anything. It's not my spot to say anything.
It seems like she don't have nothing to do with the family too much.
But still,
Well,
that's still the fact that Sam had a offspring. It's just like it's like that's big. That's headlines right there. But I suppose most people already know about it that are supposed to know.
Well, it was exposed on the Howard Starnes. You know, Carl LeBove, who's Sam's best friend, was
I
best
heard
friend.
about that. I did some research about that after the show.
Yes, and they thought it was his daughter.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Carl kept saying, I don't think it's mine. You know, she's mine, blah, blah, blah. But he did contact her, never paid child support. And then they find out later that Sam is the DNA come out with Bill's, they took Bill's DNA and find out later that Sam is the father of the baby, but he was dead. And Bill reached out to her years ago, says, if there's anything I could do for you, you know, I'll do it. And I guess she never really responded anything, you know what I mean? But now she's starting to reach out to them now.
Huh. No,
So I think that's great. I think that's great for Bill.
Yeah, because it seemed like it really warmed his heart to hear about that. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just surprised just because I didn't know. You know, I thought I knew everything about Sam too, but I guess I didn't. That's just still stuff I'm learning.
Right.
But that's cool. And I think he would have been a proud father if he would have been around. Obviously, it would have been different.
Oh, I think so too. I think so.
Would have enjoyed it. You know, that's always nice. You know, I mean, Eric, I'm sure he has kids and everything, huh? Because you have grandkids, so obviously you have kids too.
Yeah, four
Are they like-
adults, three daughters and a son.
Are they all like you too? Are they all pretty funny and witty and knowledgeable and stuff?
They can be kind of pretty funny, and they're
Well, I don't mean
It-
like haha. I mean like like telling some jokes or whatever. Like
Oh, yeah, no, well,
roast each other or
yeah,
whatever.
the one, the oldest daughter is in theater in Rochester, Minnesota. And in fact, on the 15th of December, they're having their troupe is doing a comedy routine for a couple nights. So there's a lot of humor there.
Sure. Well, that doesn't
That's
make you
cool.
proud anyway.
I told the girls when they were little, they said, Dad, are we adopted? And I said, no, not yet. We're working on it.
Oh wow!
Uh,
And you take a bow.
And then in the mall, I used to tell them to walk ahead of us so I wouldn't get embarrassed.
Oh.
Hey, that's what they do to me.
They're all good kids, all good kids.
Oh,
Good
well,
for
that's
you.
good. I suppose you guys have your Christmas traditions and stuff too during the holidays, or a little bit different now that you're farther away, or
Well,
how's that?
it's much different since the divorce 7 years ago, and the adult kids do live all over the country. So I just get out there usually in the spring, sometimes December,
Okay, well, that's cool. That's cool.
and that's the way that goes.
I suppose in Texas, or you don't have to, like right now here in Minnesota, it's like, what is it, 7 degrees above or something, or 10 degrees above? It's pretty cold. Like
It's
we
cold
Yeah.
here too.
Snow over here.
It's like 30 degrees here.
Yeah, 30 degrees. What's the weather like in Texas?
Well, this morning it was 35, and then it gets up to around 45, and I'm the
That's
only
it?
guy yeah, it was cold this morning for Texas. Um, I'm still the only guy walking around with a short sleeve shirt on, but everybody out, they're all bundled up here like it's fucking cold. It's not fucking.
You know what? I wear shorts every day. And then maybe one day a week when it gets below zero, I might wear my sweatpants, but I can't wear pants. I just have to wear shorts. And they all laugh. Everyone laughs at me up here. But down Florida, 60 degrees down Florida and 60 degrees up here is two different 60 degrees. You
Yeah.
freeze your ass off down Florida at 60 degrees. And I see
Tom,
people all
right.
bundled up.
Tell them why you don't wear pants. They can't get enough material to go around your fat ass. Don't fucking lie. You know how many cows it take to make chaps for you, motherfucker? They'd have to cut his head off and let you jump down his throat and then measure it.
Shut up.
Wow.
Every time you turn around, it's your birthday.
Yeah, shit.
That's
You're
how fat
so
you are.
You're so fat you wore one on either arm, you'd cover 2 time zones.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
tried to, my brother tried computer dating a couple years ago, and the computer matched him up with Detroit.
Last week Sam was talking about this idea about doing a roast. I think you guys should roast each other. I think we should get it all out next
Dude,
week.
please.
I think you and Tony should have like a roast battle.
I think he would win because he's faster than I am anymore.
Oh, I'm serious though. I'm talking like a real serious between the two of you, because it seems like there's always still a little tension, like you're.
Hey, we didn't talk for 10 years. Are you trying to get us to fight again?
No, not fighting, just roasting. Like verbally, just making fun of each other. Because I'm sure you got a lot of good stuff.
Oh, go all night. People used to invite me and my brother when we were younger to parties. Huh, John? Just
so we could pick on each other.
I was 16 chugging beers with these old people talking like Ronnie Dangerfield, and he was doing Cheech and Chong, and then we get invited to all these parties just to tear it up. And I'm thinking, hey, this is a good gig, man. I can get drunk. I'm underage, and I just got jokes.
We've been doing this for years and years and years, cutting each other down like you wouldn't believe.
God, my family gets so mad at us.
So you don't think it'd make a difference doing it on the show, because you still have tension regardless of what what
No,
you say.
I love him. He knows I never.
Well, of course, it's love. Of course. That's why you're on the show
Don't
too.
touch me, and I want to know what Andy masturbates with, because I ain't shaking it. No.
I'm sorry. Hey, you said open up, so I opened up to you guys. I mean,
Look too open.
A little too
Huh?
open. Yes, a little too open.
Yeah, a little too open.
Yeah.
Well, on that note,
That's
Yeah.
why John's shorts over there. You should angle that camera up a little higher.
Yeah.
oh, you want some of my
What?
crotch too?
You can see my shorts.
Sean,
Oh,
the guy in the
Yeah,
wheelchair,
it looks like I'm not even wearing any pants or shorts.
Hey,
I'm
you
wearing
mean
shorts.
little too open.
That's why I
What was
moved
his
it
name?
around this time.
Hawkins.
Socks. I got socks on. No, see, I'm trying to angle it differently because eventually I'm going to be getting a desk and a monitor and you know, and a chair, so everything will be better, you know, like it used to be.
Careful, they might see you.
This is the you know, this is just the way it goes, you know, when you try to move and stuff. And now all of my helpers had COVID now, so I gotta wait an extra week now to
yeah,
do
but you only got till the end of the month, right?
I talked to the landlord, we're gonna we'll work something out. They're not
Okay.
gonna take my stuff or whatever, because they can't. I have to be fully out, yeah. I have still have the keys, so they can't, you know, I'm still responsible for the place until I give over the keys. So it's
I
all right.
just had one of my apartments. I had two people actually screwed me, and here they moved out when they're supposed to move out, but all their stuff was left behind, and you can't move that stuff till the end of the month.
Oh,
And we got Thursday. We're going to show up with a couple dump trucks in Pittsburgh, and we're going to load their junk in a truck and scrap it. If I did it now and they come back, even though they don't pay me, you're still responsible for that stuff.
Let me know. I'll help you out.
We'll be there Thursday morning.
We're down to Hot Rod.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I have, that's the thing too, that's why I'm counting on the people I hired to help me with the job, because my little freaking PT Cruiser can't hold everything, and it's like so many different trips and all that, so hopefully this will be the last trip. It's mostly just my movie collection, some wall stuff, toys and whatever else is left over. And then everything else that is left over will just be junk, you know, stuff I don't need. And then we got somebody that cleans the apartments too, that, you know, could use the money, because they don't pay them that well. So they don't mind doing a little extra work, especially when you tell them. If you don't tell them that you're leaving some stuff behind, then it's a little bit of a surprise, and people don't like that. But if you tell them that, oh, by the way, there might be a couple extra boxes or something, you know, I didn't get to, you do whatever you gotta do with that. You
Right.
know? So.
Yeah.
I've already got my bed here, I got most of my stuff, it's just, it's almost done. Hopefully in a couple weeks, I'll get my new computer desk and my new chair and everything, and then everything will look more professional, and you don't have to. But I do wanna do a show with Mama T, like not a show, but like, you know, doing this over at the bar. She just had some issues over there today, so, or else I would have went to the bar today. Just so you guys know, if you paid attention.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think tonight everybody looked great. I think the way it's set up now, we
Yeah,
look professional. We actually look professional right now.
that's good, that's good.
Everybody's faces
Little
looks
bit to work
good.
on, but whatever, it is what it is.
I'm
Next
not
week,
drinking, I'm not in the car.
Yeah, you're actually in the room, you know, that's good, that's good. Next week, we don't know what we'll be doing yet, you said that it's, what was it, you said Sam's birthday is coming up soon?
December 8th.
Okay, so maybe we can do something in tribute.
I always did something for his birthday, and April 15th when he was killed.
Sure.
I do something. I usually do stuff for Bill, and Bill comes on, and sometimes like one year I got Pauly Shore on, and you know, we did you know, we had some fun. We got all his friends come on our show. We bought a birthday cake with Sam's picture on it. What's funny is this girl goes get a birthday cake with the picture on it, and they wouldn't make it because they said they need to have the rights to do it.
Oh,
So we had to call Bill Kinnison to either, I forget, I think he emailed us a note to okay that cake for us to get it. And here it was like really good cake. And I'm eating this cake and it's like purple, or all our Maz are purple and shit. And we were like laughing. So like the next day, I'm going to the bathroom and I'm like, that don't look right. I mean, there's something wrong with me, you know?
yeah.
It come out purple, like it went in, slimy. Not to be gross, but I got next couple of days I go into our studio and I go, I think I don't feel good. And they go, why? I says, because I'm like shitting purple. And they're like, dude, it's that cake, I think. And we laughed our asses off. I mean,
Yeah, that's what that cake does. Whatever color it is what you're gonna be.
honest to God, it was
exposed.
so good. I ate like 2 big pieces and stuff. The icing was like really soft and good. And I'll make myself hungry.
Yeah. Hope there's
Yeah,
another slide left.
every year we did a show December 8th and April 15th for Sam.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I
Wait,
think I think we were good for today. I think we've done enough for, especially since we had our meeting and everything earlier on. I just want to say how much I appreciate all you guys for being a part of
April
the show.
10th, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
April
take-
10th is,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I
Antique,
want, yeah, go
Antique,
ahead.
and someday you're gonna have to come on and play some tunes for us, man. I think
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Let you hear you picking on the guitar.
Who?
sure.
Antique man, he plays, don't you?
No, I don't play guitar. I sing and then I can keyboard a little bit.
Oh, whatever.
You jammed
Yeah,
on.
but thank you.
Well- Play some of your music for us. I'd like to hear it. Where can I get it on? Can I get it on YouTube and that?
Yeah, I haven't kept it up to date, but they're under Eric Wilson Adams.
Hold on, I gotta write this down.
That's all right. Yeah, Eric with a C. Eric Wilson Adams. You can go to YouTube and there's some tunes on there. Some old band tunes plus some of my own tunes, but thank you.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, we'll check it out. I gotta check it out.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that. And
Well, we appreciate all you guys, for coming on the show and
yeah, thank you.
time. Eric, in our meeting, we were talking about communication as far as like okay. And we were talking about like how everybody just kind of up and left last week, when I mean I know you had other things to do, stuff to do, but like we were just talking about that during our meeting about having more
Yes.
open communication. So if you have to leave early during a show, just let us know a little bit sooner if you can.
Yeah, exactly. Good
'Cause
point.
We had Bill on, and that was kind of a big deal to Sam and to Tony and myself anyway, because
It was
Bill-
like embarrassing because it was like embarrassing. When Bill got on, he's like, "Where did everybody go?" It's almost like nobody wanted to be there when he was on. You know what I mean? And I was like, "Fuck." I felt bad because I'm the one that got him on the show.
I
Yeah.
thought
But
we
it,
could go with the questions and that.
yeah, we did.
it was a good segment and everything, but it would have been better with everybody on here. I didn't know everybody was going to leave me, but we can blame Mama T for that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. That's it. So anyway,
Yeah, I'm married for 20 years. I got blamed for everything. I'm used to it.
oh, and I'm just joking with you, geez.
No, he's
No,
not.
anyway, I appreciate all you guys, all the ones that are out
Thank you.
Facebook land as well, and all the panel as well. Myself, you got Mama T, you got Steve Dan, Mad Dog, and Antique Man, and John Roberts as well, and Waterboy, who could be here tonight, also. So for next week, we're not sure what we're gonna do yet. It's always a surprise. Will we have a guest? Will we not have a guest? Who knows? That's the mystery about Renegade Radio. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know where we're gonna go the next week, because we could be live on location from a submarine for all we know. Filled with semen here, so who knows?
Yeah, that's because it's full with semen because Johnny was there the day before.
Yeah, it's he masturbated it all out or whatever.
You got all that semen in the spattle shit.
I had to make a joke like that just because.
Hey guys, I love y'all. I'm gonna cut out a little bit early. I'm still not feeling too good. I'm gonna go take a shot of
Take
whiskey,
care.
Love you, bro.
couple pain pills, and
Yeah, take care.
all what you're going to do when the Mad Dog takes a bite out of you. See you next week. Love y'all.
Bye-bye.
I don't even know how to get off, but we'll figure it out.
Oh, that's what
might
your wife
take-
is for,
It
right?
might take me just as long to get off as it did
That's
to
Sam.
get on.
Well, your brother can help you get off. I don't know.
I was just gonna
Come on, Sean.
Come on, you talk about masturbation today more than you ever have in the whole.
Yeah, because you want to know what my hobby was.
You can lie to me, geez.
Oh, I didn't know you. I thought you wanted the truth.
Okay. I didn't know you were gonna be that open about that.
Look
but
at Mama
it's
T. I
okay.
never seen her so embarrassed in my life. I'm sorry. You're making me blush.
Oh, it's just your beard. It's your beard blushing. Your goatee.
I'm doing a new gig right now, folks. I'm gonna grow my gray beard and keep this black.
Oh, Jesus.
We're gonna see how that looks. I don't know. We'll see.
You going for
We'll
that
see how it
weird
looks.
biker look, you know? You already kind of look like a biker anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You know, got
Yeah.
that look. All right, well, I think that's all for today. I just again thank you for being a part of the show, and we'll see what happens in the month of December. December is going to be an interesting month because it'll be the holidays. We'll try to see what we can do to get some good guests on, and you know, just try to be in the Christmas spirit the best that we can, because that's what
Hey, you know,
Thank you.
Christmas is on a Monday. Christmas is on a Friday
Christmas
or on a
is
Monday.
Monday. Yes, I do
Yeah.
know that. And we may end up taking another couple week break maybe during those holidays. We'll do a show like just to honor the holiday, but it may just have to be differently. But we'll worry about that as we get closer, because I think for now we just focus on what's coming up and go take it week to week, because you never know where we're gonna go every week. So
Hey, you guys are the greatest, man.
all right,
Thank you. Good night,
good night,
everybody.
everybody. Until
See
next
ya.
week.
Okay.